The Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, Jamaica, has received a charter status and has some ambitious plans for training medical personnel in Jamaica and the wider Caribbean. Here's our Achievers feature. The Caribbean School of Medical Sciences, Jamaica, CSMSJ, is positioning itself to become a conduit for a quality workforce of medical professionals to deal with 21st century challenges and thus contribute to national economic growth and development. On September 5, CSMSJ had its official launch to celebrate its newly founded charter status. A member of the Board of Governors, Professor Gossett Oliver, sees the CSMSJ as a big addition and a big boost to private education in Jamaica.
And all these schools now, these private schools, are coming and getting in their own. And it's a good thing. It's good for the economy. It's good for expanding the landscape and giving access to a well-needed student. And Minister, we want to congratulate you for that vision to be able to expand the landscape tremendously, because I think in private education you get a better buck for your money, bang for your money. Is that the way it is? Whatever the phrase is. But in fact, we know that when you're in a private institution, you have to be efficient and look at that bottom line at the same time to be able to manage your quality assurance and making sure that the students that we have under our care are doing well. The board will also endeavor, Minister, to work with you, with your ministry, and the government of Jamaica to develop public-private partnership in education, to train our Jamaicans to become doctors and other health professionals, to train other national to enhance education, tourism, transform our towns and cities into university towns.
Guest Speaker Education Minister Senator Roel Reid sees huge rewards emanating from the spread of tertiary level education, including university towns and a far more skilled professional workforce taking Jamaica to first world status.
Well, we should make tertiary education a massive industry. Because I told, one of the reasons why I was very quick to sign the charter is the mandate. And PM, we're fully endorsing that, how we can replicate to have university towns right across Jamaica. And let me also, and today is your charter day, so let me just tell them what I told you. Because one of the reasons, and PM is very clear about that the new highway we are going to be South Coast Highway from Port Antonio, linking to Harborview, and then go to Williamsfield and eventually to Negril. And if we look at that leg, it's not going to be a toll road. It is money that we are borrowing that has to be repaid. So how we are going to help repay the loan is to drive investment down in the St. Thomas area. So there is some capacity out there in terms of I told you that I expect to see some expansion out there. There's another university already is expanding out there, and I'm sure Glenn can sell some more products out there because already there are hoteliers lined up to build out there, not to mention the housing interest. So that's going to be a major development, right? And so we'd like to see right across Jamaica how we can use tertiary education to drive growth and development. Actually, I visited recently Rochester in New York. It's an interesting case study of what happened to Kodak. And they've left millions of square feet of space. In Rochester, they were employing in just the city of Rochester, top New York, 60,000 persons. And today, only 2,000 persons are being employed by Kodak, of course. By the way, did you know Kodak is the one who developed the digital camera? All right, I don't want to lecture how they had it all and they lost it. But what is it that replaced the economy of Rochester? The economy of Rochester was driven. Everything in Rochester was Kodak, and to a little, small extent, Xerox. And what has replaced that lost economic activity is the University of Rochester. And what is feeding into the University of Rochester is Monroe College, not my alma mater, but another Monroe with an E. But what is interesting is that community colleges are now, United States, I was speaking to diaspora just recently about that, the same issue I'm wrestling with, because you can't afford the youth to fall out of the system. They're now using tertiary. They want everybody. So they're using the community colleges as feeder schools to drive the throughput into the universities. And we are better, as I said, for our youth to function in this modern economy, we have to give them those opportunities, or else they are going to become innovators. Some of them will be rebellious, and they become dysfunctional. They're going to create all the mayhem. So I say all of that for you all to understand the context in which your charter is being given, that you're very much consistent with our own vision and aspiration of the tertiary industry and how we can use education to reposition our economy, to provide not only new industries, but to provide what JAMPRO wants, the high-quality workforce that will attract higher levels of investment, that Fortune 500 companies can come and invest in Jamaica, set up their headquarters, that we can outperform Singapore, because again, without vision, the people, I'm tired to say that Lee Kuan Yew came to Jamaica and look at what we were doing in Jamaica and then took the idea and look at them now. And so we have to regain our status and make us the next great story, not just the Asian tigers, but the Caribbean tiger. I want to see that Jamaica becomes that developed country in short order.
Executive Dean of the CSMSJ, Dr. Neville Graham, is the visionary behind the Caribbean School of Medical Services, Jamaica.
After many years of preparation, from an idea in Edinburgh in 1992 to our first cohort of students, 2015, and today with the official launch of the degree granting institution, I would say the journey has been a breathtaking ride. And it's always great to fight, to build. But when you get an opportunity to build and to build with harmony, it is a serious and daunting challenge. But I can say that with the team that I have, with people like our Vice Dean, Dr. Lorenzo Gordon, and sometimes he is such a man that we don't remember to acknowledge him because he's so relaxed, but such a deep thinker. Dr. Lorenzo, I'd like you to just stand up because you're such great support. And given that overwhelming need for healthcare worldwide, to which sometimes when we are within our little corner, we don't recognize the great opportunities out there for Jamaicans. That in the US, they need 20,000 doctors, 35,000 nurses, 15,000 dentists, over 15,000 extra pharmacists. And the world needs 2.2 million physicians. And these numbers yearly have not been fulfilled. And that is why you have so much small medical schools and big medical schools in the Caribbean, because the Caribbean basin is so important. Cuba, Grenada, St. Lucia, Dominica, they have taken up this challenge. And as Ram said to me this evening, never, we don't know what we have in Jamaica when it comes onto the training of medicine and healthcare. It could be a great industry for Jamaica. So let us not look at the negatives. Let us look at the positive as we move ahead.
That's The Achievers. I'm Owen James. This has been On a Personal Note, our unique personal financial program that seeks to educate, elucidate, and motivate. I'm Owen James. Pleasant viewing.
On a Personal Note is brought to you by
with VM.